Hey guys, I know it's been a while, and I do have more Elden Ring coming on quite soon. I got really sick right after recording that first episode and uploading it, and I had a really bad flu for about 2 weeks, and then things just got super busy. Work started for me and stuff, and just all this other stuff happened. But today I wanted to share with you a fun base idea that I thought of in my survival playthrough, my latest one, in Subnautica. Now, Subnautica is one of my favorite games of all time,
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
if not my favorite game of all time. I have put over 115 hours into the game. Um, so
All systems are go for liftoff.
thanks, Neptune. Um, right now, I am on the border of the grassy plateau and the mushroom forest, the northwest one. The reason I chose here is because, number one, I went nuclear for power and ion. But number two, here we have access to every resource. We have access to quartz, titanium, silver, gold. Underwater islands are right there. If I pass those or go around it, I can go to the North Island, which gives me portals. You get a portal to primary containment on the outside, and then inside you get access to the thermal plant, which, whoa, that guy just got launched. You get access to the thermal plant, the alien one, which ultimately gives you access to kyanite, which you can also get just by going in the exterior portal. But if you go into primary containment,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
if you go into primary containment, you have access to portals to basically every other biome that you need, and you don't really need many because all the resources are here anyway. Like, once you got all the blueprints from Grand Reef and Sparse Reef, you don't really need to go back and just kind of the southern areas. I have a uraninite thing here because I have access to it. It's literally right over there at Blood Kelp. And then I have this nuclear thing that are just used for reactor rods, which is great. But the nuclear power is by far the best source of energy there possibly is. I have a lot of storage here. I've color-coded my lockers, which you can do by clicking this button. I have some other lockers here for silicone rubber and quartz, and then just miscellaneous stuff I put in here that I don't really, yeah. This is the bedroom. I have two cool, really awesome windows here that show me the beautiful mushroom forest. I love this view to death. I love the color scheme, the like cyan color. I have the car and my Keep Calm statue and the aurora. Water filtration. This is the water source I live off of. I have battery charger and 2 power cell chargers. I went ion for device power as well. I have ion power cells and ion batteries. I have them in everything here, which I'm going to replace right now. I don't need to, but because it has so much charge. But I have my fabricator, a couple posters, modification station, everything here. I also forgot to mention over here, just for convenience, I put another fabricator, just so I can make the nuclear stuff. And I might add more to this room as well. I have my vehicle upgrade bay. I only have one, even though I have both a prawn suit and a sea moth, and I'll show you why. Well, the main reason why is because I don't need two. It might be a little more convenient, but I don't need it at all because, you know, I have 2 moon pools, so I don't really need to upgrade consoles. If you go down this ladder, it takes you to this large room where I'm putting grow beds, and I just thought the planter walls were kind of cool, so Put those in there, and I can add some reinforcements over there if I need to. Might put an aquarium. Who knows? I can put whatever really I want in there. And if I go further down, I have my prawn suit and moon pool. I have a scanner room here with 2 of each upgrade, which is awesome. I have an observatory because I love this view. I absolutely adore this view. The ray creatures are my favorite in the game. Jelly rays and ghost rays, those are both my favorite. I have a storage module in here, and I have grapple and drill, jump jet, thermoreactor, and depth, obviously. But the extra storage module gives me another row, so that's really nice. I also have ion power cells in my vehicles, which is also really nice because I don't have to worry about it at all. I can go anywhere I want. I put a scanner room here, which I don't really need anymore because originally it was so I can get what I need and avoid the warpers, but now that I'm cured, I don't really need to do that. So I just have a straight drop just right here. Goes all the way to Lost River. For everything really I need. There's uraninite, which is the power source I live off of. There's titanium. That's not titanium, this is silver. But there's lots of titanium deposits around in the Lost River and outside the Lost River as well. Also, I really like the Lost River. I think it looks awesome. So if you hug this left wall after the drop, there's lead. I think I actually need some lead. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some lead because I'm pretty sure I need some. And these guys can come die if they so please. I'm not gonna take too much lead because I also need the storage for titanium because I want titanium. But yeah, another Elden Ring episode is in the works, so don't you guys worry. It's actually in my editing projects as we speak. I'm about halfway done editing it. It is only just now that I've been able to return to the project. That's okay. Here's this place. I love this place, the Tree Cove. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh my god, look at him go. He's busting a move. Anyway. In this Tree Cove as well, I have found that there is so much uraninite crystal. There's also lithium, which is also really good for stuff like reinforcement. Ah, titanium, there we go. That's what I was looking for. While I'm drilling this titanium, I should take a moment to say, if you want to support me, you can subscribe and like the video. You don't have to, but it would certainly help me afford a face cam, which I hope to get pretty soon. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure last time I played, I actually got a crap ton of titanium. I think it's just all in my locker. But see, there's some obtainable uraninite crystal here. I remember seeing very large deposits and very numerous. I think that's one there. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. I don't need them. I have so much uraninite that I don't have the storage for more. But it's good that I got titanium. There's also sandstone, shale, and limestone outcrops in here. There's ruby, there's gel sac. I'm actually growing gel sac, which I highly advise you do. Gel sac is probably one of the more important things to grow. Another thing is I don't live off of peepers and I don't live off of plants for a food source. I live off of a fish found in the grassy plateau in the back half of my base called the Reginald. And these Reginald fish give you 44 food when cooked, and I think 4 H2O, which is tremendously good because you only need to catch one or two. Hi, warpers. Warper. I used to... it's funny, when you first play this, it's so terrifying to come down here. And every time I've played it since, it still has been terrifying until you get cured. I think the main fear factor, for me at least, comes from two creatures, and it's the warpers and the crab squids. I love... those are my two favorite creatures in the game, the warpers and the crab squids. I love the sounds they make. I love the concepts of them. It's just a grand old time for me. But every time I come down here, it makes me like sweaty and fearful, because obviously there's the fear for your life factor of the game. It's a different kind of fear than, you know, most other horror things. There is a sea dragon down here, but the entrance to this place is kind of on the left here. If I am remembering correctly. Yep, here it is. And since I have a thermal reactor, it's charging my prawn suit. Here's the thermal plant. And I'm actually gonna just go back up to base, because this was just kind of to show you how I'm living, not, you know, how to get down here. So this has a portal to the northern island, which is very nice. It takes you inside the gun facility. If you go to primary containment, which is... there's a portal actually right down here for it. That's the portal that goes to primary containment. If you go down there and you go out of the aquarium place, there's portals to everywhere. The Crag Field, the Lost River, which is just on the way there anyway. Hi, Warper friend. Originally I had a hull reinforcement for my prawn suit, but in that I had no room for the jump jet upgrade, which kind of sucks because that's one of the more important upgrades. And then I thought to myself, you know, the prawn suit has kind of a lot of health anyway, so as long as I'm careful enough, should be alright. And look at that beautiful swing. That was gorgeous. So yeah. Go through here, large room, go through here, main room, which I love this room a lot. I worked a little bit for that room, but it's very nice to have access to everything, and I'll show you where the Reginalds are. This here fish that is glowing pink, that is the Reginald, and they are an excellent source of food. I'll show you right now. Yeah, 44 and 4. Very, very nice. In here, there's lead and glass, which is used, as you can see in the top right, and then I have the uraninite all in here. I wanted to put it in the nuclear locker, but I didn't have enough room because there was just so much of it. I have my ion power sources here, which I don't really need anymore because I'm full ion power. As long as you're in the base, you know, you don't really need anything. And you can grow things in here. I think just for aesthetic effects, I might grow lantern fruit. I don't need lantern fruit, but I like the way they look. But personally, I love this base. It's definitely one of my favorite bases I've ever made. I've always made my bases over in the safe shallows where my Neptune rocket is. I named it Batman, which is also conveniently the name of my sea moth. But I named it Batman and I made it Batman's colors. And then my prawn suit's name is Robin, which is... it's Robin's colors. Just thought that was kind of funny. And then Batman is also... Batman the Rocket is also Batman's colors, but we'll take off in that eventually. The ladder situation Took me a while. It was very, very awkward. Let me go and sleep here. Working with the ladders is a little tedious because you can't rotate them, which I hope they add in Subnautica 2, which I'm really looking forward to. I contemplated putting a hatch here, and I think I actually am still going to do that. Like, see how easy that resource was to get, like all of the resources. There's everything everywhere, and it's so nice. And turns out I am actually out of titanium. Reinforcements are pretty easy. You can put them in these connectors like this if you need to. You can't put them in the curved ones though, which kind of sucks, but you can put them here. You can put them anywhere on these walls, as long as there's a space, like that. You end up just finding places to put them. And so that's pretty nice. But I will say, I love the two-window the two-window view. I didn't put a third one here because at the time I needed reinforcement. But honestly, I mean, you're just looking at grassy plateau otherwise, which is fine. But I don't know, something about the two windows kind of really resonates with me. I really love that. And then I look out. I love the fact that you can just look outward and see nothing but blue. That is one of my favorite things about this game, is the concept of the unknown. A lot of people have thalassophobia and play this game. I have thalassophilia. And while there is still fear, it's a different kind of fear. And I love that. And there's prawn suit upgrades here, and so I didn't really need a second upgrade bay thing. See what I mean? This is kind of awkward because if you look here, it's climb up. But if you look all the way down here, or at kind of this angle, it's climb down. It's a little awkward. And getting the rotation was very, very difficult. I had to really experiment with it, and it was very ugly for a long time. But yeah, I'm happy to share my base with you guys, and I'm happy to kind of explore a little bit about my interest in this game. It really resonates with me. I think it's one of the better games of our time. Originally, this game had a map just built in here, but now it doesn't, and I actually like that. That's gonna be all for now. I just thought I'd share a little status update as well as this concept, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more Elden Ring. I got more on the way. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.